What's up, guys? Brian back from the PT channel here to talk about why Fear the Walking Dead doesn't work. Just our thoughts about it on there too, and I know people are giving this show a hard time, and we kind of are too, just because it's something we want to be great. We can't get enough of the Walking Dead, and the show just doesn't deliver what we're wanting, and we would just want to know why. Like, we're kind of thinking about it logically, and we have some reasons behind it. So basically it's the cast, the story, and the cast. We don't really care about the characters that much like we did there before, and the start of it was this church or place or whatever it was where the woman became a zombie, and Nick woke up, found her, and then starts running away. Nothing's chasing him, nothing's there, he's just running away, getting there too. It would be awesome if there was a horde of walkers or zombies coming after him, and that would have been kind of cool to see there too. But he gets hit by a car, and boom. We can't really feel sorry for a drug addict. We can't really feel sorry for a guy who's there. And you see some semblance of the laying on the ground, but of Walking Dead versus Fear the Walking Dead with Rick getting shot. But Walking Dead was just right at the beginning, boom, drew you in. What was going on here? Now the girl picks up a rabbit or teddy bear or whatever, and it was pretty like, that's not going to happen. But, you know, and it was just, wow, that was crazy. This happened all the way. And we never saw that again, never came back to it. But it drew you in, and right away you knew, like, this was going to be a different show. I was excited for the show and everything there, too. And Rick Grimes was a strong guy right off the bat. And you're like, wow, cop, police officer, awesome. Then he wakes up, we get a little story with that and everything, and it's kind of like the apocalypse has already started, so that's good, but you kind of already like the characters that were there. You even like Morgan at the beginning, and now some might not like him right away, but Rick was a strong character. Now the cast has had many more seasons, but you kind of like the cast right away. And I like the cast from the first season all the way to now. And the Atlanta Five that are still alive right now are just such stronger characters. Even Carl compared to the Fear the Walking Dead people. And that's where the big difference is too. It's the characters, it's the story. And Fear the Walking Dead isn't based on a comic or anything, so they're kind of winging it. But The Walking Dead has that. They have a storyline, they have the characters, they have thought behind it, and they have a script from the comics by Kirkman and The Walking Dead there. But the big problem is Madison. I think that she is just always got that resting bitch face, which I think is a great line. She's always disappointed, always always pissed, always this, always that, and she's kind of got that constant Andrea and Lori face. She's a mix of Andrea and Lori, and you just see that in her all the time. She's always like, whatever, she's a guidance counselor, and it's kind of annoying to be, whatever. We're following a teacher and a guidance counselor. They're great people to follow in a zombie apocalypse, but Andrea and Lori were basically what she reminds me of, a mix of the two. And she just has that face of displeasure, whatever there too. If she died, no one would care. People probably applauded when Lori died because she was terrible, and the same thing would happen when Andrea died, and Madison could die too, and who cares, move on. The only one I like personally is Salazar. Daniel Salazar, and he's the Spanish guy from Colombia, whatever, has the daughter Ophelia, and he is the only one that really keeps me interested. He's a survivor, he's the one that will keep the group safe, and he can do that. Him and Strand make the show, and that's terrible because there's 2 of 8 characters that are making the show. Without Strand, they don't have a show, they don't have a boat, they don't have anything. So it's like, okay, let's put Nick in some prison thing, and Strand's going to get him out, and they're going to get on a boat, and then we don't know where they're going to go. So that's really got to pick it up on there too. You know, it's only the 2nd episode, but we got to really get there. But the main factor is we're following teachers. In The Walking Dead, we're following a police officer and other strong characters. We're following teachers that are on there too. So how is that going to be a great thing for people to follow? The cast really brings it down. The story is good. To get on a boat, survive, do that. That's a good storyline. Fear the Walking Dead isn't a bad story. The survivalists here, I wish they talked about it a little bit more, and they did talk about how the world is all messed up and the coastline is terrible and they're napalming cities and stuff. So you do see a little bit of it. We probably won't get anything about the zombie apocalypse, how it started, but Strand, what's the plan? You know, we got to find out what's going on with that too. If you knew that he can get to some island or something somewhere, that would be pretty awesome, but that hasn't been brought up. Again, Salazar's the only saving grace for me for that, to survive, to protect them. The upcoming episode is going to be where they find the Flight 462, and Nick, you need to change your clothes. Stop looking like an old man. That just looks terrible on it's a terrible look. They're going to be fighting off some walkers, and they got Charlie from the Flight web series on there, so that might be a little captivating. You know, they found the yacht log, which showed how bad the world was, and that was kind of cool to see that they did talk about that a little bit, but it's such a minor part in there, too. Again, you got to have a plan where you're going. Point to where we're going. San Diego is not an option now. What's the plan to go there, too? Go to an island or something. It might bring some more there. The Walking Dead is such a great show that it puts the Fear the Walking Dead at such a bad example of what can, really be a show. It can't survive on its own. The Atlanta 5 really drew us in and were captivating. The Walking Dead just going to make, Fear the Walking Dead look terrible. Fear the Walking Dead would not last on its own. I mean, I'd rather watch old episodes of The Walking Dead over Fear the Walking Dead any day, because it's not really captivating enough. How do you guys feel about it? They did show about the napalming in the cities on there too, and so I don't know. It talks about it a little bit, so they got to talk about what happened on there as well. But like we said, Fear the Walking Dead will never be as good as The Walking Dead. The show has ratings. It dropped. I think 1 million people stopped watching it from episode 1 to episode 2 there too. So we need strong leaders and a plan. We will watch, but I don't know how much longer. How about you guys? Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, and always thank you for the support.